before you even go into the understanding this statement, what we need to understand the context behind this is basically in 1925, after the World War, there was or the way Gothic represented their own eras. And what we are trying to say was there has to be an extreme clarity in terms of the structure, extreme clarity in terms of the way we detail buildings. And this is one of the building. This is the Illinois Institute of Technology. This is designed by Mays. And the principle which we bring in from modernism is about the clarity and simplicity in the structure, which is still followed by us in our structures and in our architecture even today. So what they were talking about that every material has its own life and every material has the characteristics of its own. And we have to think way these two materials will come together, and the way the two materials come together and the detail of that is very important. And if you can express the detail in a more careful and more simplistic manner, then you don't need to add any other elements to make building beautiful. The structure itself makes your building beautiful, and the architecture become beautiful because you are expressing your structure in more simple and more clarity. At CNT, we still work with the principle of modernism, but what we talk about is that we believe in creating spaces which act as a backdrop for life, where beautiful experiences can unfold inside it, and yet make the building simple and has to be a enormous amount of clarity in terms of structure of the building. This is one of building we did in Bhubaneswar. I'll get into this building in more detail at the later. The first project I'm going to talk about is a creche, and creche was done for Mindtree. And we had a challenge to build this whole building in actually 3 months. So we had given this task that we had to design and build the whole building in 3 months in a very limited budget. And it was like 10,000 square feet of area which need to be built with interiors in just 1 crore of rupees, and it has to be built and designed in 3 months. So obviously the first thing we came to our minds, okay, we need to build this in 3 months, so what is the way we can do it? And the first thing we come to mind is, okay, we got to use structural steel, and that's the way we could actually make it faster. But that doesn't stop us from creating great spaces. And we looked at very organic spaces. We looked at this creche is basically for the kids of the age of from 1 to 5 years age, and these are the rooms where the sleeping rooms for the kids. And we looked at very organic shaped structure at the bottom, and which could have veranda spaces for kids to play around, and which could open out into large courtyards in these areas. But what we did was that whole roof structure which could cover this entire facility, we looked at a steel roof which could be supported by columns with a grid of 6 meter by 6 meter, which is completely independent of the bottom walls, and you could do anything with the walls, you could play with the walls, and that still gave us this flexibility, we could do anything with that walls at the bottom. And look at the section, even here there's a clarity, you can see there's a large hovering roof on top, and the walls below are kind of more organic, and we got a different kind of opening onto that where kids could play with it. This is a diagram which you see the way the walls are working and how they are connected to how each spaces are connected to the open spaces and verandas. And this is the way the roof sits on top of it. So we got this large roof, and you really don't see those roofs, the walls which were there at the bottom here. And there's an extreme clarity way the wall works and the way the structure works at this place. This is the entrance for the, this is at the entrance, and we look at this where we got a brick walls, we got organic walls around that, and a lot of platforms also created in very organic shape, and the structure is completely neatly sitting across that, and there is no kind of connection between this and we also decided that because the structure was so beautiful, so we decided that since kids like colors, why don't just make the structure very bright and paint it in a bright colors, so we can enjoy the kind of clarity which we actually brought in the design of steel structure. So these are some views from the courtyards looking into the facility, where you can see that's the lower wall, there's a gap between the top structure, and these are the columns which are also painted in bright colors, and you got a lot of graphics on the walls for the kids to play around with. And And this one is with a large courtyard. The whole of this could completely open up into this courtyard, and it's completely transparent. And what you see again is there is nothing is actually done to make the building beautiful. It is the bare minimal details and the design, the way each material is come together has been expressed, and that itself kind of gives to the beauty to that whole structure and the building. Some more spaces, and this is the internal veranda. Sorry. So, yeah, this is the larger courtyard, and this is the internal veranda. Moving to the next project, and this project is a project we did for Karnataka Agro Board, and that is International Flower Auction Hall. And here again we were put up with the challenge that we had to design these large warehouses where actually we had to, where the storage of flowers would happen, the flowers will be cut and distributed at this place. And we had a site which was kind of rocky and got a lot of eucalyptus plantation on top of it. And our challenge was to do, how do not impose the whole structure on the site. How can you minimize the intervention on the site, yet by creating such large spaces? So we looked at something which could be, more submerged, and we could have the roof which is more lightly sitting on top of that, and the intermediate could be just glass. So what we did is, because we had the sloping side, we removed the earth from here, put the earth on the other side, created the berm, and made the building almost half submerged below the ground. And there is just a glass and the structural support connecting this large hoarding roof. And these are the initial sketches we worked on. And the whole structure of this roof was actually inspired from the flower, where you got a tiny support and a large hovering roof, which comes again over here. So in this diagram, it's very clear. We got the walls which are almost submerged with the, almost kind of connected with the ground. Then we got this tiny columns which is coming, and the whole roof is actually supported on those tiny columns. And you got a complete transparency inside that. So again, at the ground level, most of the walls are almost kind of submerged, and almost they are connecting with the ground over here. And we created these large spaces which are semi-submerged below the ground. This is the auditorium, and there are some other facilities like office and canteen which is over here. And this is the way it is, where there's a clarity of the ground which is sitting across on top of this rocky outcrop, and the light structure which is connecting the roof on top, and there's a complete transparency in between. So if you can look at the next picture, you can see the way the whole transparency works. We got a ground, we got the glass and the roof, and the whole structure doesn't feel that much imposed. In spite of being it's an industrial warehouse which is of 25 meter by 30 meter, it still looks very light the way it sits on the site. Some more pictures of that. This is a canteen. Again, that light roofs. This was talking about the earth which was excavated, and from there was actually used to create the berms on the sides, so that what we got is only the ground, glass, and the roof. The next project I'm going to talk about is a metro station, and this metro station was at the Old Madras Road, and actually this didn't happen. The station which is built at Old Madras Road is not what we designed, but actually there was a competition. They had a competition. They asked us to design the metro station, but which didn't happen. But I still thought I wanted to show that. In a metro station, what happens is there are 3 levels. Basically, one is ground where you have parking and you arrive at. Second, the level where the ticketing happens and the services are placed. And third is where basically you have where the train arrives and we have a platform. And basically in a metro station, what you need to design is a cover for the middle and the top. These 2 things has to be covered, and which could be done in a very simplistic manner, maybe probably kind of a rectangular tube. And you could just put a rectangular tube and you could make a metro station. We didn't have to make it very loud. But before even going to finalize what we want to do, okay, this is the context where it sits across the 80 feet road. This is the 80 feet road, and this is the Old Madras Road station over here. So we look at what happened. It just becomes one large cube, but it might not look great. So we started exploring different ideas, and we looked at many kind of structure, tensile structure to different shapes, but we felt this was too overpowering on that kind of a road when you are actually, there's a parallel road to the station, and we thought it was quite overpowering. And what we actually stopped and actually decided to go ahead with a rectangular tube kind of a structure which could be tilted by 60 degree, and and it is not same all along the length of the station actually. It's actually at the middle it twists by exactly mirrors it in the middle. So by this what you get is that the middle portion of the station actually looks like want to be grounded, and the two sides actually really want to fly off from the station, fly off on the edges. And what are the things we created with the top surface has kind of differing transparencies. Some places it was completely opaque, some places it was transparent, and some places it was semi-transparent. So what happens is at night when you stand outside, you get a beautiful image of the beautiful picture of the metro station before of the differing lights coming out of it. We would wished this could have happened at Old Madras Road, but didn't happen. And this is the way we even looked at how we could actually construct it in a very simplistic manner. We could have trusses which goes in that direction, and that could be having, as Sandeep mentioned, we also coordinate, we've been working with structural engineer Manjunath, and he was also working on this, and he gave us ideas where we could make it very simple, and can be easily constructed on the site. So this just shows the process way you could actually build it on the site. And this could be the way, this will be the way you will experience the spaces inside. This is one place, it's twisted in this direction, and in the center it is actually inclined in other direction. And you get this space of varying scale and heights inside the station. And again, the steel structure. The last project which I'm going to talk is about this. The first picture we saw, it's Mindtree Kalinga. It's a large campus in Bhubaneswar which we have designed. The whole campus is designed by us, and what we did here is actually there is total 5 lakh square feet built up area which is built over here. It's completely made out of compact earth block which was made from the earth excavated from the site, and actually we just realized that this is the biggest structure in India which is built in a compact earth block. And out of that, there's one place, one facility of the overall campus, which is academic block, which is what we did in steel, and that is this portion of the site. And some portion of the site is still under construction. So this is the reception of the academic block where you come in. And as I said earlier, we still work with the principle of having the extreme clarity with structure and the way materials come together. So here again we have this large hovering roof on top which is supported by tiny columns, and there's a glass enclosed surface which is again independent of this structural system which is supporting the roof. What this brings in is the complete transparency through and the intimate connection to the landscape on either side of the building. And we look in, there's some more pictures of that where you have a hill on the east side which is on the top side, and because of this steel structure you get an extreme transparency across, and you can see through this across other long distance views, and there's a nice hill on the top which you can look at. Some more pictures of that. This is the academic block, and we worked with, this has to be, earlier we decided why don't we expose the structural roof, but then because of the air conditioning and the acoustic properties, we actually had to do the ceiling at the bottom, and then we got this large big roof which is supported over this. And here also there's this extreme clarity. We have the lower level which is made of compressed earth block, there's a glass, and then there's a roof which sits on top of it. Some more pictures of this is an amphitheater space where the academic block actually opens up into this amphitheater, and you see this hill at the background, and this kind of transparency and this kind of openness we could create only because we could have this kind of large spans, and this large spans was only possible because of the use of structural steel. And we looked at how each points could be detailed, and that itself bring in the beauty. So most of all this project I'm talking about is that we are not doing anything more just to create an aesthetic for the building. The aesthetics of the building is coming out the way we design the structure itself. So again here, very simple, we got the compact earth block wall, the glass and the roof on top of it. This is another view of that amphitheater and academic block. So just to end up with the overall, what we say that we strive towards an architecture with minimal framework for structural order, balance against the implied freedom of free-flowing spaces, and use of structural steel just make it possible for us. Thank you.